So this is a video for Breakout 411. I got a little comment from this guy. Basically, he has a newer version of the easy button.
That was easy.
And it should be easier than this, but he tried to follow my soldering guide from a previous video, and to no avail. I'm going to have to explain how these switches actually work, and hopefully, if there are any other updates done in the future to these guys, we'll be able to, you'll be able to sort of pull the switch apart and figure out what you need to solder. So I'm going to take this apart and show you the guts and what you need to do in order to wire these things correctly if you want to use it for circuit bending switches. Okay, so first of all, I got two easy buttons here. Boop, boop. And I guess I'll talk about the main differences between the two. This one's the older button, so we can take all the screws out and take this thing off. And we can see that it has a bunch of hot glue here holding these weights in place. These are just weights. That's just to make it feel like it's higher quality than it is. It's got a capacitor there and a couple of resistors. So this one's actually, if you get an older one, it's easier to wire up because you just have to put a wire there and a wire there and you're good to go. I will show you why in a moment. Okay, so that's the old one. This is the one from the previous video. This is the new easy button. Okay, the new easy button has a capacitor, but you will notice no resistors. And unlike its less attractive brother, there aren't as many clearly marked solder points. Because I mean, this looks like a pretty simple circuit, but this one here, you got these little lines all over the place. And what Breakout actually decided to do was solder to here and to here, and you will notice this doesn't hook up with this switch. So let's talk about how these switches work in order to, get to the root of the matter. So right away, let us just remove the wires. Done. Okay, so we can get rid of this guy. So if we look at the board, if you flip it over, boop, you will see, oh look, 3 tabs. These things aren't glued in place. They're just sort of bent into place. So we can take something, if you don't have any fingernails, like I don't, I'm a mad fingernail clipper kind of guy. Nervous habit, but, what are you going to do? So I'm just going to take these and bend them up just to get a layout of how the circuit board looks. Because right now, there's an awful lot of stuff going on in the circuit board, and the switch is covering a lot. So let's pull it off. Okay, so you'll see, if I can get it in the light here, the circuit board has this neat little, looks like a little fingerprint. Just this is your switch plate, okay? This little thing here pushes down on, I will show you. See that little black dot in the middle? That's a piece of conductive rubber. It's like imbued with some sort of a metal or some sort of a conductor. And when it presses down, see, it's just sitting in the cup of the switch. So when you push the switch down, it flips inside out, and that metal imbued rubber actually touches this area, and it bridges the circuit together, because that's all the switch is. You're just allowing electricity to go from one side to the other. So if you map it out, this is a circuit plane, or this is one half of the circuit, and this little wire here is the other half of the circuit. So unfortunately, there's no exposed, you can see that it actually starts here and then goes down. So there's no exposed surface for you to solder on with this switch. So what you need to do is you need to find a utility knife of some sort and actually scrape a little bit of the varnish off, like right here. So I'll just do that. Doesn't have to be a lot, and don't go crazy. Just make sure that you have some exposed metal there. Right? Now you're in no danger of shorting anything out. You're just trying to remove a little bit of varnish right here. There you go. So the cool thing about this is you now put a little bit of flux, like solder flux or rosin, on there, and you will be. Oh man, it's all out of focus. put a little bit of rosin on there, a little bit of flux, and you'll be able to put like a little tin that with like solder. And then you can run your wire through here and connect it up with this point, right? Now the reason why his circuit wasn't working is because he was connected over here, and that goes all the way down here and has to go through the microchip. And you don't have enough energy in the batteries to run both the microchip and your thing. So you just want to bridge your little circuit there. And over here, just solder up this one here. See? It connects directly up to that. There's no break in the metal between here, this guy, and this. And this is like one half of the circuit, and you go down here, and there you go. So that's how these circuits work. I hope that sort of illustrates what needs to happen. Anyway, so I hope this helps. Breakout. Let me know if you have any problems, and remember, just scrape off a little bit of solder there, tin it, and then solder your thing to it. Don't go crazy with it though, because this is like a really thin piece of sort of copper foil that's on here. So you just want to just make it shiny. Just make it shiny. Okay, bye bye.